The COVID-19 crisis has taken a higher toll on women, and I'm afraid it has set back women's empowerment both economically and socially. Women dropped out of the labor market for two reasons. Firstly, because the harshest economic effects have emerged in sectors where a majority of the employees are women. And secondly, because schools and childcare facilities were not available to all. For women who are also members of other vulnerable groups, the negative effects have even risen exponentially. Closing the gender gap must be a top priority in the recovery process. That is not going to happen automatically. A study ordered by the Greens in May last year showed that the lion's share of the European investments were planned to go into male-dominated industries. And therefore, our group launched a call, half of it, to make a shift. And we managed that 50% of the recovery funds are to be spent on women. And this is a first but important step. We are in a transitional phase, heading for a fossil-free society. The Recovery Fund will be key to support this transition. At least 1/3 of the national project eligible for financial support from the fund will have to be climate investments. A lot will depend on the national plans that the member states had to submit by the end of April. Currently, the Commission is looking into these plans, and it's crucial that the Commission's assessments ensure that climate, social and gender equality measures remain at the core of the plans. As an MEP, I can assure you that the Parliament will try at all costs, within the boundaries of its powers of course, to have a strong role in this process. One of the fields that I personally believe will be key is the transition from a linear to a circular economy. This will not only foster resource efficiency, but it will also be a strong engine for green job creation. The Recovery Fund has been developed as a temporary instrument to boost national economies in the aftermath of the pandemic. And I firmly support the solidarity mechanism behind it, so I think we should consider an extension. A good argument for extension is the strong need for public social investments. The social shift we need to make is, to my mind, as important as the environmental one. 1 out of 5 European citizens lives in poverty or at risk of poverty, and that is unacceptable. Corona has worsened the social gap, and we need to develop the social dimension of Europe stronger than ever before. The austerity policy has proven to be a failed strategy. It has caused a lot of social fallout. The member states should start reinvesting in social provisions and services such as decent housing, affordable healthcare, childcare, long-term care, education, etc. A solid funding system based on intra-European solidarity will be key to support the development of a strong social Europe that leaves no one behind.